What's going on, guys? It's Dan from the Boys Podcast coming at you with a quick little solo video today. I just wanted to log on here and address a list put out by Apple Music over the course of the last couple weeks. They've been releasing their top 100 albums of all time. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to go through maybe just the top 20, not the whole top 100, just the top 20, and maybe make some comments about things I'd have differently. Top 100 albums list is really an impossible task. You're going to offend people no matter what you choose, and there really is no right answer, but there's a lot of wrong answers, unfortunately. So we'll skim through it. We'll try not to be too critical, but if there's some stuff that stands out, I'll definitely point it out. So let's jump into it, starting with the top 20. All right, so to jump into things, 20 to 11, what stands out to me here is what I'm sure stands out to a lot of people, and it's the ranking of Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys behind a couple of these modern pop albums. I don't see how you can make the case for this. The the difference in influence is massive. Pet Sounds changed the way people even ingested music. It's one of those first albums people actually went out and bought the album instead of singles. I think Pet Sounds just has a huge impact on not just pop music, but music in general. I don't see how you can justify putting it behind Adele or Taylor Swift. Like, you might think there's more to these albums musically, Taylor Swift and Adele, but the influence is not even in the same class. I think that they got that way off. And then these hip hop albums too. I don't understand the selection. There's no hip hop in the top 10. So these are your top two hip hop albums of all time, according to Apple. Um, I don't get this. I don't see how you can rank these above Ready to Die. I'd have Tribe Called Quest above this. I'd have Wu-Tang 36 Chambers above this. I don't see Blueprint as the greatest rap album of all time. That's wild to me. And The Chronic is number two. Like, I don't see this. I've got a pretty big problem with this, and I'm not even addressing the biggest one, and that's Rumors over OK Computer. This blows my mind. I love both these albums. They're both incredible albums, but Rumors is a fantastic album, but I would say almost broke no ground. I mean, you're talking late 70s rock. This sound was well established before Rumors was ever recorded. OK Computer is really, like nothing you'd ever heard before when you hear it for the first time back when it was released. And to have Rumors above it, have them right beside each other, and when they were reviewing this, they're like, yeah, that seems right. And they just left it that way. It blows my mind. Blows my mind. I'm going to crack into the top 10. Right off the bat, there's a few albums on here I would certainly have in my personal top 10. And, that would include Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. I would have Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, of course. They have it number one. I don't know if it would necessarily be in my number one, but I would certainly have it in my top 10. And Purple Rain by Prince would definitely be in my top 10 albums of all time. But there's a few albums that I don't see. I don't see the top 10 ranking. I think every album on this top 10 list is definitely a top 100 album of all time. Um, I'll start off with an album I'm very familiar with, is Nevermind by Nirvana. It's an incredible album. They obviously went with, one of the most popular of the alternative rock albums. I just think that you could have picked a more influential album. I think it would have been better to pick something like Daydream Nation by Sonic Youth, or maybe even Doolittle by the Pixies. And these are the albums that influenced Nevermind. There wouldn't be Nevermind without these albums. And I think that they're just more impactful personally, and I would have them ahead of that Nirvana album. Then to look at some of the more modern pop albums, again, fantastic albums between, the Amy Winehouse album, the Beyonce album, and the Frank Ocean album, all fantastic albums. I think I would probably have the Frank Ocean highest, like they have it here, but I don't think I'd have any of these three in my top 10 albums. I feel like they have a bit of a bias towards modern pop, but I say that because I see three of these albums in the top 10, and I'm not seeing any jazz representation. Like, where's Miles Davis? Where's Charles Mingus? I don't really understand that. If I was making this list, I definitely have Kind of Blue probably in the top three. It's not even in our top 20, so I don't really understand the lack of jazz selections. But yeah, I mean, this is just my personal opinion. If you think I'm way off, please let me know in the comments, and I'll keep my mouth shut, and I'll leave Apples to the album rankings. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. And until next time, guys.